JD Vance is being attacked by Arctic vegans. Skiers. Stock markets are more down than when you tell a cholo to meet you at a park at 11 a.m. with 240s. Trump made history during his first State of the Union address. We'll hire anyone. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
just making sure you're paying attention.
Welcome to the Semi-Nightly Night Show. JD Vance is being attacked by Arctic vegans. Skiers. The cat people of the snow lined the streets of Vermont to protest JD Vance after his meeting with Zelensky. One skier even yelling at JD Vance as he skied by, which is a hate crime. Skiers are a protected class. They think they look cool, but skiing is really just an Arctic Zuma class. The people of Vermont are upset with how JD Vance and Trump treated Zelensky in the Oval Office. They fought like every rich kid you know that spent too much money on their parents' credit card. Zelensky showed up, probably on drugs, dressed like while Trump and Vance took their turns scolding the Ukrainian president for not saying thanks and ruining their marriage. All while his friends sat there awkwardly. We've all been that friend. JD Vance asked Zelensky, have you even said thanks, which then prompted Zelensky to go on Twitter after the meeting and thank every country that helped his military. Good boy. And Israel saw what happens when you don't say thanks and dropped a video immediately thanking America. And it turns out if you actually do say thanks, and probably got Epstein on payroll, you get $4 billion from the US government the next day. Because if there's one thing America is consistent with, it's blowing up the Middle East. I know someone with the Ukrainian flag and their mom's internet connection is going to call me a Russian propagandist. Take a propaganda of these nuts!
Got him!
You think Russia can come up with propaganda this good? That's insulting. Saying Slava Ukraine is just a 20-year evolution of support the troop bumper stickers. Not saying that I don't support the troops, I like our military a lot. But it was a self-righteous thing to say you support the troops in Iraq. Yet that support stopped immediately when they came home and society left them on the streets. And of course, now that we all realize, hey, maybe spending 20 years spreading democracy to farmers in sandals that don't want us there was a bad idea. But since in the moment, it's a bold thing to say and will get you some likes on Instagram, people fall in line and do it. Zelensky can't even get his nation to fall in line and support. He has to pick people up off the streets to go fight in the war, which is sad, extremely sad to see, especially when we have some Arctic vegans who clearly love the cold that stand with Ukraine, that could go and stand on the front line and help, instead of ruining the mountain for us snowboarders. This is how you dumb skiers look. Oh, it's a good day out here. Just snowboard. You look stupid. Skiing's only acceptable if you're over the age of 35. It may seem like our country's in chaos, so let's look at another country's government. Serbia, my heritage, is showing us how to debate in their chambers. Oh, well, damn. I had a Foot Locker being looted, and it just looks like the Dodgers won or Americans protesting. Sorry. Trump made history during his first State of the Union address. It was the longest one in history. And I listened to all of it for you. It had more USA chants than a Boston Bruins game. Danny Trejo's brother, it's not, but it looks like it, was yelling about something and got kicked out 2 minutes into it. It felt like a whole Jerry Springer episode. R.I.P. A white woman yelled something back unnecessary. I'm looking at you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Take the hat off. Even Elon dressed better than you. That's bad. He made fun of Democrats for never giving him credit and said they all sit down.
This is my fifth such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do.
And he continued to roast them.
And we have ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
He talked about eggs.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control.
I don't know what it means that America is fighting about eggs, but it can't be good. Trump went on to make a lot of statements that will piss off the left, so hopefully he beefs up his security service detail.
His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Oh, dear God, don't make me do it. I know it's messed up to joke about this, but a 13-year-old cancer survivor was appointed to be part of the Secret Service. They'll hire anyone. I'm sorry, you know this is a comedy show. Now the kid has become a political pawn. Libs of TikTok called out Democrats for not clapping. You smiled holding the Epstein file binder. Shut the f***. Overall, it was extremely long. Made people laugh, made people mad, and Elizabeth Warren got called Pocahontas. America is back.
The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes. America is back.
If you've checked the stock market, you will learn we're f***ed. Welcome to Financially F***ed. Stock markets are more down than when you tell a cholo to meet you at a park at 11 a.m. with 2 40s. The reason is Tariff Tuesday. President Trump has now put tariffs on Mexico, China, and Canada. China was hit with a 10% tariff, which means the Shein factory is going to have to pay their children even less, but it's fine. They're young. They still have their whole lives ahead of them to make more money. Canada is hit with a 25% tariff, but it's Canada. They're just North America, France, so they'll soon fold. And Mexico is hit with a 25% tariff, and they have not fully announced their plans of retaliation yet. That is concerning. As a man engaged to a Latina, this could go horrible. So why is Trump doing this? Trump believes this will bring business back to the country. The profit projected for this is $150 billion to $200 billion to the US government. That's a lot of fighter jets we could build. But as always, us Americans will likely get fucked over as companies will offset this increase to the customer. And in theory, this is just for the short term. Theory. Now, Trump typically has a way of being right all the time. It's kind of insane. He told Newsom he needs to clean up the forest floors like 6 years ago, and everyone laughed at him, unless you understood forest management. Newsom has declared a state of emergency, not for more hair gel, but to clean up the forests. He only declared a national emergency because this allows him to use federal funds, because he spent all of his homeless aid on who knows what. And it turns out Trump was right. Now, it doesn't feel like it in this moment, but it's kind of looking like these tariffs will work in the long term. Companies have already started to bring back manufacturing to the United States. Honda even plans to build the next Honda Civics in Indiana instead of China. But that isn't good. We're gonna have more Civics on the road covered in anime stickers. Good for the economy, sure, but at what cost? Now this could work out or this could go horribly wrong. But the stock market tanked and it also shows signs that are a bit scary. The inverted yield curve, which is what I had your mom in last night. My fiance's gonna be pissed when she hears that joke. Actually, she doesn't watch my videos. No one does. We're safe. The signal has been an accurate predictor of a recession since 1955. Also, the Atlanta Fed released its forecast for first quarter economic growth. The chart is predicting a drop so low it looks like a Flo Rida music video. It shows a negative 2.8% GDP growth rate. Did I understand everything I just said? Not really. Am I still going to explain it? Yeah. I'm a journalist. We lie all the time. It's like the one job requirement. Basically, people are buying into 10-year bonds in prediction of a recession, which causes a bunch of complex shit a guy dressed like this shouldn't be explaining to you. And the longer you hold these bonds, the higher the interest you were supposed to get. But now, 3-month bonds are paying more, which is one of the causes of that yoga position I had your mom in last night. It's basically a major warning sign that a recession is on the horizon. Tesla stock has fallen 29% last month alone. Maybe he should stop tweeting and telling people to work and actually work himself. Bitcoin has fallen around 20%, which means we have to listen to boomers say, "Told you it's a scam," when half of them sent money to a Nigerian prince when he emailed them 20 years ago. Hindsight's 20/20, Grandma. I know I should have bought a house instead of ice cream when I was 10. But I didn't have the capital. Now the blame game has started. You could say Trump has crashed the economy, and you could be technically right. And some of his changes currently do look like that. I've lost a lot of money in the stock market today. You could also say the economy was artificially propped up under President Biden, like when they changed the definition of a recession and hoped no one would notice. And you could also be right. But are we f***ed? I don't know. It's too early to tell. But then again, what kind of idiot wears a suit jacket, hat, and sunglasses indoors? Surely no one in charge of finances. I don't know if that hurts or helps my credibility. Depends who you voted for. Which, speaking of Elon, let's check on Doge. I'm sure they're cranking that hog of bad spending. Wait, what the f*** did I just say?
Example with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption. But we do need to move quickly.
What the f? I know they're on so much ads on Red Bull. When Ebola enters their body, it runs away faster than a kid when it has to take pictures with Biden. But even Trump looked pissed. Elon, who dresses like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, said the excuse is we must move fast. The saying comes from startup cultures: move fast and break things. It was a famous saying for Facebook before it started spying on all of us. But the things you break at startups is like sending an email with a typo or sponsoring Snoop Dogg ads that don't generate any revenue. Not almost causing a worldwide pandemic of a disease that scared us in 2014, which conveniently was the same year that Malaysian airline flight disappeared, like a journalist that doesn't like Hillary Clinton. But if an outbreak happens, we can't fly. And how are Democrats pushing back? Are they proposing better economic policy? Are they representing their voters? No! 22 members of the Democratic Party dropped identical TikTok videos with the same script. Who's writing these scripts? I want to get paid to spread propaganda. I do this currently for free.